Greetings, YouTube. Welcome back to the channel. When it comes to data, I have so much to thank the Waffler for that this would be a 20-minute video if I just spent it thanking him for all the various times he's reached out to the channel to send over data. And a lot of what he hits up doesn't make it in the video, right? I just kind of file it into the back of my brain and think about, well, I'll try to touch on that if a certain offer comes up, or I'll talk about the patents that we've all discussed. The interesting thing is Kabam has all these patents for individual drop rates, and patents really seem to be, they're just factual. I know there are certain parts of the YouTube sphere or Reddit or whatever that think, oh, YouTubers are exaggerating these Kabam patents. You can look them up. They're public. They have the financial ability and the legal ability to manipulate drop rates based off of spending behavior. Now, if you don't think about that too hard on the surface, you might say, oh, because I've seen this for years. That means that whales have a better chance to pull a 5 or 6 star featured champion in new crystals than casual spenders, but especially free-to-play players. And while I wouldn't argue that that could be the case, I would argue that thanks to the data largely provided from amazing summoners like the Waffler, the opposite is the case. Kabam is going to know that somebody like the Waffler is traditionally going to spend whatever it takes to not only get said 6-star featured champion, but awaken them and try to get them as high a SIG as possible. That could take 10,000 units. That could take 100,000 units. Shoot, Crystal Opening Whale used to open like 400,000 units worth of crystals. So, why would you want that summoner to open the new 6-star in the first $100 worth of units? Or even $1,000 worth of units, if you know that their past spending behavior shows that they are more likely to continue to put money into the machine known as the Marvel Casino of Champions to continue to chase after that champion. Now, everybody, I don't care if you are the richest of whales or the poorest of free-to-play players, everybody has MCOC burnout in one way or the other. And unbeknownst to me, the Waffler has shared in that burnout, especially from not opening champions. You can see with the increased drop rates, this data that he kept and sent over to the channel this weekend. He opened 260, right? That's $2,600 worth of Shang-Chi crystals. He then opened 190 of the Shang-Chis for a dupe, 60 for Mr. Negative, 80 for Purgatory, 60 no Overseer, 170 for Hercules, 80 no America Chavez, 70 no Spider-Man 2099. By the way, he got America Chavez twice as the sub-featured. Good data. Keep in mind, this is the same guy that opened 100 featured 6-star crystals and opened 1 Hyperion. Truly still one of the craziest, worst, saddest drop rates of all time. So, because of all of this, right? Because of all of this, you're seeing the numbers start to go down. He's tired of charging that credit card and not pulling the 6-star featured. And the Kabam patent is working well in this case. And you can see, again, and I think maybe that also means it took him 260 to get Shang-Chi and 190 to dupe him in the next one. I don't know. What I do know is that 60 for Stark Spidey, so we're down to 600. 60, no Penny Parker, but it got a Spider-Man 2099 once. Then it was back to the most spending ever, right? He opened 700. He spent $7,000 on featured calves for Kitty Pryde and did not pull Kitty. He did pull Penny Parker 3 times. If I am reading this correctly, and I think I am, that's insane. $7,000. I don't care where you live. That should buy you rent for at least a month. That even with the prices of cars as high as they are right now, that should still get you, a used car that'll get you from point A to point B. That's him opening crystals to not get Kitty Pryde. So 50, it goes from 70, like that's probably his breaking point, or 700. That's his breaking point. $7,000. I'm done. Kabam, you screwed me over one last time. 700 for no Kitty. Well, then he's going to go down to 50, no Nimrod, from $7,000 to $500, which is still $500, but 300, no hype. So 700, that's $10,000 between Kitty Pryde and Hyperion. That's 1,000 featured calves, $10,000, no kitty, no Hyperion. I can imagine I used to watch a very popular show in the 1990s called The Rugrats, which was kind of a show about Stu Pickles and the dad's like slow descent into madness. I can see this being the slow descent into madness for the Waffler. So from hype 300, how about 30 crystals, no antivenom? Then 300 again, no. He is up to $13,000 worth of no null, no hype, and no kitty. 70, no Cersei. 340 again, no null, anti-venom once. 11, 9, 21, he has specifically called for his breaking point, his burnout. Now, with that being said, still bought 100 for no Cersei. Got null once. 60, no Icarus. 50, no Craven. By the way, I also think that this data supports what we've been saying on the channel all along. If you really want null, don't go for the null crystals. Go for the Cersei crystals. Go for when that champion is sub-featured. I know. You got to wait 2 more weeks. And that might be an eternity for people who've got cash to burn. But you're going to get a better value for that cash with them being the sub-featured than the featured. Kabam knows it too. 60, no Icarus. 50, no Craven. 20, no Toad. 20, now you're getting into the prof numbers. 40, no Sauron. 40, Blade. 10, no Misty. 5, no Misty. 5, Captain Britain. So we are at the lowest point that he has spent maybe ever for a 5 and 6 star. And Kabam's algorithm has to be keeping track of the fact that this is a man who used to spend thousands of dollars, including $3,400 on null. $3,000 again. That's $6,400 total between the no null spaces. Over $6,000 to not get null as a 6 star. Over if you count tax. $7,000 easily for no kitty. And then, of course, Hercules, hype, etc. So, he just decides this weekend, I'm going to open 5. Half as many as I opened. I opened $100 this weekend worth. I opened 10, of course, no Captain Britain. He opened 5. What do we have here? He got a 4 star, a 5 star Heimdall, a 6 star Kitty Pryde. The same champion that he spent $7,000 on, they just threw her in. They're like, bro, we know. How about a 6 star Odin? Back-to-back 6 stars. Oh, wait, not back-to-back to 6 stars. Back-to-back-to-back 6 stars. They're trying to reel him back in. We'll give you a 60% drop rate for 6 stars. Just happened to get the Kitty Pryde that you'd missed months and months and months ago. And just happened to give the new Captain Britain. When I was interviewing Maladar, he said something interesting. He said there's an algorithm for everything in the game. And I really do think that's true, and I think the data backs it up. This is the best example of that yet. It just is. The Waffler, thank you for entrusting me with the data as always. This is as clear of that patent suggestion as possible. Next time, if you're watching this and you hear somebody say, well, you know that YouTubers and whales always get the best luck, say, actually, there's an argument that the opposite is true. That they're going to have their luck suppressed as long as they continue their spinning behavior up. And if there's anything you should take from this, it's that spenders who suddenly go cold and stop spending will have much better luck, because just like a slot machine that sends them free perks like hotel rooms or food or free credit for slots, you want that dopamine addiction to come back with a better chance, a much better chance to pull the new 6 star featured, along with some bonus 6 stars. So thank you, sir, again for the data. What a crazy video, right?